Hello everyone and welcome back to JS Outdoors. A lot of people have been talking about buying medical equipment and medical supplies online from places like Amazon. While there is decent supplies available online with Amazon, there are a lot of things that you have to watch out for. Many competitors a lot of the times use Chinese-made products that emulate the product that you're actually trying to buy. The problem is you don't get the same quality control as you would with an American product, and you're going to want something that'll hold up when the time calls for you to have to use this medical equipment. Specifically today, we're going to be focusing on tourniquets. This is a 3-pack of tourniquets that I got online from Amazon, not from a reputable source, and we're going to kind of test them and see how they work and to see where the failure points are. I also want to take some time to help you identify what are the proper North American Rescue tourniquets and what are kind of the cheap remakes. North American Rescue does sell tourniquets online on Amazon, but there are a lot of companies that make their tourniquets look just about exactly the same. So side by side, these tourniquets don't look too much different from one another. A couple things you'll immediately see is a difference in how this is kind of a shinier plastic and this is more of a dull plastic. There's also a little bit of a different color on the time band. One of the simplest ways to identify if your tourniquet is real or fake is to see if it has an NSN or a national stock number printed on the band. So on this real tourniquet from North American Rescue, you have the NSN number right here. And then on the Amazon tourniquet, you do not have an NSN number at all on this band. If a tourniquet you're looking to purchase doesn't have the NSN number, then it's a recreation and don't buy it. One thing you'll also see on the official CAT tourniquets is a lot of their components have CAT or combat application tourniquet listed on them, whereas the Amazon version does not. If you're quickly looking at both tourniquets side by side, they would appear to be very similar. This is what causes a large amount of confusion to those who don't really know the difference. I also wanted to show both of the handouts that come with each tourniquet. This one here is the one from North American Rescue, and then this one is from the Amazon recreation. So with the North American Rescue handout, you can see all of the different compliance ratings here, and then also the patents associated with each area. For the Amazon recreation, you don't have any of those certifications. And you can also see that it's listed in millimeters, which is not the standard measurement for the United States. Both instructions do have similar steps in order of how to use single-handed and then also double-handed operation. All in all, the instructions are basically the same. Obviously, the North American Rescue version has a lot of their certifications and ratings on them. And the Amazon recreation does not have any of that information. So if you're having a hard time identifying if you have a real tourniquet or a recreation, these are some things you can also look for within the instructions that come with the tourniquet. All right, so we've got the Amazon tourniquet on the wound simulator, and we're gonna just start turning and see what happens. All right, don't know if we can get it much tighter than that, but this one held up. There was a lot of flex along the windlass, and you can kind of see it's a little bit deformed along the edge here. And then you could see right in this slit that it was starting to deform as well. All right, now we have the North American Rescue trainer on there. And we'll do the same thing, just turn and see what happens. All right. So the North American Rescue one took, I think, a half a turn less to get to the same point. But yeah, couldn't really get it any tighter than that. And this is one of the trainers that I've been using for about a year now, so this has had a lot of turns on it. So you would think if any one of them would have failed, it would have been this one, because technically tourniquets really are only a single-use item, and this one's been used a lot. All right, so we've already done one Amazon tourniquet. Let's try doing another one and seeing if this one also makes it. Looks like we counted 7 half turns on the first one. So you can see right here the amount of deflection that you're seeing in this windlass. I didn't see that with the first Amazon tourniquet or the North American Rescue tourniquet. Again, even further deforming this windlass as we're turning. Can't really get anything else out of this tourniquet. You can also see that the windlass clip here is deforming. See if we can get that into camera view. Starting to fall in on itself. So these issues I didn't really see with the first Amazon tourniquet or the North American Rescue tourniquet. This is kind of an example of, even though one of the Amazon tourniquets may have been good, this second one's starting to have a lot more issues that we didn't see with the first one. This is commonly what you'll see when you don't have solid quality and control with products and they're not held to the higher standard. All right, so we've done a test on the first 2 Amazon tourniquets. One of them actually doing pretty well. The second one definitely started to deform as we were operating the windlass. Let's see what this third one does. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see here how deformed the windlass is. You can see how it's all bent out of shape here. And then again, the clip kind of deforming it on itself. Let's see if we can get one more turn out of this thing. This is the third tourniquet. See how deformed this windlass is. And one thing that you'll see with how deformed this is it's less rigid and it's harder to turn. So there's flex here all along this windlass, and it's not putting enough pressure on this internal band to kind of move this. And because of how much movement is in this windlass, we're not going to be able to get another turn on this. All right, so we've done it. We've tested all 3 of those Amazon tourniquets. So what did we find? We found that all 3 tourniquets actually held up and didn't have catastrophic breaks or failures. One thing we did notice is that the windlass on 2 of them really started flexing pretty hard. Now what that did is that made it really difficult for us to turn the windlass because there was movement within the windlass without it having rigidity. And it made it tougher for us to move this internal band to tighten the tourniquet on the extremity. Important things to keep in mind are that because these didn't break, doesn't mean that they actually performed super well. And ultimately what you're doing is you're trusting that the day that these tourniquets were manufactured, that whomever was working in the factory was on their A game. And the difference is that when you get something that's not certified with the national stock number and with patents and with CE compliance, is that you're not getting the assurance that you would with a North American rescue product. All right, so again, did the Amazon tourniquet break? No, it didn't break. However, it did have some deficiencies that I don't necessarily want to trust my life with. So the windlass flexing quite a bit, not causing us to get that last half rotation and then clip it into the windlass clip. Honestly, the best thing you can do is look for products that are approved, tested, patented, made in the United States, and having a national stock number. What that's going to do is that's going to assure you that you've got something that is an approved product. All right, so you've already purchased an Amazon tourniquet. You saw this video and you kind of wanted to back off and get something that was actually an approved product. Now, what do you do with this Amazon tourniquet that you already have? The best thing is to use it for training. So you're not going to be too concerned about breaking this if it does break, and tourniquets are a single-use product. One thing you can use instead of a wound simulator is a towel. Get a towel from your closet, roll it up like an arm or a leg, slide this tourniquet on it, the training tourniquet now, the Amazon tourniquet, and practice using it. Again, you don't want to compromise your good tourniquet that you've just purchased, so you want to use that Amazon tourniquet that's just kind of going to be collecting dust at this point. If you do have an approved tourniquet and you're looking for a training tourniquet, Amazon tourniquets might be the legitimate option. The Amazon tourniquets are going to be cheaper option, and it'll give you the ability to buy 3 with about the same price of 1 approved tourniquet. So you'll have a lot of training tools and you can train with your friends or your family as well. If you're looking to purchase a quality product made by North American Rescue, jsoutdoorsllc.com has multiple items in stock. One item we carry is just the individual tourniquet. And we also have bleeding control kits in stock as well. These bleeding control kits will not only have tourniquets, but other crucial tools that will be helpful in a situation where you have a mass bleed and you're trying to save someone's life. Whether you choose to buy through and support JS Outdoors or not, just make sure you get training. Make sure you have the approved training that's going to be able to save your life or someone else's life. We'll link the Stop the Bleed website in the description of this video. That way you have a way to search for classes that are locally happening in your area. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment on things that you want to see in future videos. Find time to get yourself outdoors and enjoy yourself, or enjoy the company of others while you're outside doing things that you enjoy to do. Make time for yourself, make time for your family. We'll see you next time.